with a French paper in her hand. The house was the very antithesis of that journal of gaiety and naughtiness. It was eminently Victorian, prim, teacuppy, fragrant of lavender, and not in the least suggestive of poudre d'amour or the intimate skin kisses of silk underwear. She wondered what the austere-looking maid who let her in would think of her pyjamas. Calm reigned when Alice Honoria entered Miss Huggerstone's bedroom the next morning, to be informed as to her duties. "Good morning, my dear," said the old lady, who looked like a China rose in bed. "Do you think it will be fine enough for a drive this morning?" Now the late Miss Nibberts would have snapped out, "No," without looking out of the window, but Alice Honoria said it would be lovely. "Then please order the car at 11:30, my dear. And now run away and have your breakfast, and don't forget to ring the bell if you want anything. How I envy you your cup of coffee." "Why not have one, then?" said Alice Honoria. There was no doubt that Alice Honoria was on velvet, but is velvet so very interesting when one is 19? She had tasted spice. She had dreamed herself into crêpe de chine pyjamas. She had inhaled from afar the scent of Caporal cigarettes, heard the music of a midnight orchestra, and drives in country lanes, reading editorials aloud, ample beef and cream, and a rare glass of invalid port were not somehow all a mustard. Miss Huggerstone was kindness itself. She took the girl to Barrow and Nestor's, the shop in Little Didicum, and ordered 3 new dresses for her. She gave her a bottle of eau de cologne. She encouraged her to turn on the dance music on the wireless. But what was that? Dancing by proxy, that was all. Putting champagne on a top shelf out of reach and talking about it, when youth held her arms to youth and clasped empty air. Alice Honoria, safe in her room, painted imaginary pictures of Paris as a city of perpetual carnival. She dreamed of shaking confetti from her hair, of paper streamers twisted round her neck, all from the glimpse of a few illustrations. No, from something possibly inherited, from the desire of the caged bird to be free, to have wonderful, but not much, plumage. She knew she was pretty. She knew the figure, hidden in the atrocities of Messrs. Barrow and Nestor's, was beautiful. And she met, whom? A hearty curate, 2 or 3 elderly retired soldiers, a lawyer who looked like a disapproving walnut, and the dear, kind Miss Huggerstone, who could remember Queen Victoria as a young woman, who had been twice to Bath and once to Buxton to take the waters, who knitted interminably, whose wool she held, whose medicine she gave regularly. Not that Alice Honoria was ungrateful. She was not that kind of girl. But by reason of her youth, her sense of a fountain of joy bubbling but gushing within her, she pined. And Miss Huggerstone, noting this, ordered her in her sweet compelling way to take malt extract. Then one morning Miss Huggerstone was found dead in bed, and not long afterwards Alice Honoria found herself the possessor of £1,500 a year, a house, and freedom. The lawyer, having acquainted her with this surprising intelligence, asked her if she had any plans for the future. He, Mr. Thorndyke, became all of a sudden human. "For a young girl," he began. "Oh, you understand," Alice Honoria exclaimed. He smiled in his very non-committal way. "A week or so in London," he suggested. Alice Honoria breathed the word. "Abroad." "Why not?" said Mr. Thorndyke. "The late Miss Huggerstone would understand that, I can assure you. She was very fond of you in her quiet way, and when she sent for me to draw up this fresh will, she mentioned that she expected you would like your fling. Yes, my dear, fling was the word she used. She had had her fling a great many years ago, and after it she settled down here. You may not believe it, but I was young once." "And had you? Oh, I beg your pardon, Mr. Thorndyke." "You need not," he replied, smiling a little sadly. "Yes, I too."